Spring flooding is taking a toll on local streets and highways, and public works crews are trying to play catch-up. This week's rainfall and above freezing temperatures have melted much of the snowpack around the metro area, and it's now causing issues on Minnesota roads. This morning in Plymouth, maintenance crews from MnDOT blocked off an entrance ramp onto Highway 169 from Schmidt Lake Road to remove water and snow. MnDOT officials say this is one of a number of spots throughout the metro area where crews use pumps to remove water from the roadway and send it into the ditch to keep roads open. And it's not flooding local crews are up against, it's also potholes. Crews from the city of Plymouth were out on Schmidt Lake Road this morning patching the pavement. Now that the temperatures are starting to warm up, this will be an everyday activity for the Public Works Department. Crews are trying to patch potholes on the main roads where traffic travels at higher speeds. Residential streets will come later. Plymouth residents are encouraged to call the city's Public Works Department to report potholes. Congressman Dean Phillips was among those who attended Thursday's rally. He will be in town on Wednesday, March 20th, to host a public town hall meeting. The event will be at Maple Grove Middle School with doors opening at 6 p.m. At the nation's capital, a Brooklyn Park resident made an emotional plea for a solution to an issue impacting hundreds of local Liberians facing deportation.
In 2 weeks, they're telling me to go home and leave my kids. I don't know who am I going to leave them with? Who's going to take care of them?
Annie Onley is among those impacted by Deferred Enforced Departure, or DED. She took part in one of the many rallies that have taken place in recent weeks. The DED policy expires at the end of the month. It has allowed Liberians who fled civil war to legally live and work in the U.S. for more than a quarter century now. Yanli is a mother of 3 children. She has lived in Minnesota since 1984 and works as a nurse at the University of Minnesota Fairview Hospital. She and other local Liberians are calling on President Trump to extend DED once more and are urging Congress to approve legislation providing a pathway to citizenship. It's Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Week, and a Brooklyn Park man says he's lucky to be alive, considering he was diagnosed at an early age.
I had the blurry vision, I had my knee pain and back pain, but I didn't really think anything of it.
Charles Frazier was diagnosed in 2014 with an aggressive form of MS when he was just 18 years old. MS causes the immune system to attack the central nervous system. The disease can impact your brain, spinal cord, and optic nerves in your eyes. Frazier is on a fairly new medicine and says it seems to be working. Before the treatment, he could barely move or play with his 2 pet dogs. He has this advice for others who are newly diagnosed.
Don't avoid the symptoms. If you're sick and you know it, or if something feels weird, you should check it out right away, because the longer the wait, the longer the process of trying to get back healthy.
Frazier is now a junior in college and says his future looks bright. The Ferris School in Crystal goes a bit mad in its latest production. Neil Persley found the Hatter, Queen of Hearts, and of course Alice in today's weekend showcase.
The Fair School Crystal goes down the rabbit hole in their production of Alice in Wonderland, and you can come along for the ride.
The best thing is that it's all so weird, so the weird just becomes normal, you know. It's so fun to be in a nightmare play because you don't have to justify a lot of your strange choices. You get to just make strange choices and then say, well, it's a dream and it's a nightmare and it's part of the world, and then everybody says, oh yeah, okay.
The middle school has a unique relationship with Stages Theater.
So Stages Theater works in full collaboration with the Fair School Crystal. So I am the drama teacher that works full-time at the Fair School. I teach 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade drama.
You might just be surprised at the quality level these middle schoolers produce. James White was unfamiliar with the story of Alice in Wonderland, having never read the book or seen any of the movies. Nevertheless, he found himself cast as the Mad Hatter.
The Mad Hatter, I guess, is like crazy and wacky, and I guess they think that that's kind of me. I'm shy though, but like, yeah.
Allison Molitor plays the Queen of Hearts.
She's really fun to play because she has her mood swings basically, so she can either be really aggressive and angry or happy and crazy. So the whole time it's just fun to be able to play her interacting with other characters, and her costume is really fun.
The whole play comes together nicely in the intimate Fair School Crystal Theater, and I give it a rating of CC for Curiouser and Curiouser. For Weekend Showcase, the Fair School Crystal, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Alice in Wonderland is on stage at the Fair School Crystal Friday and Saturday night at 7 with a matinee on Sunday at 2. The show is free to attend. Coin, currency, and bullion enthusiasts will have a field day at the 85th Annual Money Show. It's sponsored by the Northwest Coin Club and takes place this weekend at the Earl Brown Heritage Center.
It's the largest show in probably the 5-state region, with the exception of the Central States Show over in Wisconsin. We will have probably 70 to 75 dealers here from 10 different states and over 100 tables.
And there's no shortage of things to spark the interest of avid coin collectors, history buffs, or newcomers to the hobby. We'll leave you with a few sights and sounds from the show going on now at the Earl Brown Heritage Center.
After the Hopkins boys punched their ticket to the state Class 4A basketball tournament Wednesday, Maple Grove took aim at a section title Thursday night. A great crowd for the Section 8 4A final against Buffalo. Maple Grove shoots it well early. Kyle Dreyer sinks the three as the Crimson jump out to a 6-2 lead. Buffalo goes on a run. Tony Dahl attacks and scores. They take an 11-8 lead. Dahl with 11 points in the first half. Caden Becker pops a three. Maple Grove has one of its better halves of the season. Jared Rainey with a shot fake. He drives and converts a tough layup, and Maple Grove goes up by 11. Lavelle Williams splits between defenders and scores off the glass, and the Crimson lead it 39-28. Right before halftime, the first try misses, but they get it back to Rainey. He nails a three to beat the buzzer. It's 45-28 at halftime. Second half, and Buffalo makes a surge. Aiden Bauman scores and draws the foul. The Bison pull within 7 on a few occasions. Free throws are huge, though, for the Crimson. They make 19 of 23 in the second half. Maple Grove's headed to state for a 4th straight season with a 77-64 win. 12 highlights from the Section 5 4A final Monday on our Sports Jam show on CCX. In girls basketball, Hopkins needs one more win to claim the Class 4A title. Royals face Centennial in the semifinals. Paige Becker's no-look pass to Layla Shakolis for the layup, and a 10-5 Royals lead early. Taylor Woodson gets the steal and takes it all the way for the layup. Hopkins' pressure frustrates the Cougars, and they're up by 15 at the half. Second half, Beckers nails a three on her way to a 28.7 assist game. A great pick and roll as Beckers gets it to Maya Naji for the hoop as the Royals win 75-51. Team's veteran leaders are hungry for one more win.
Me and Layla, we've been here 3 years in a row, so we have great experience. And our young ones, they listen to us and they know that what we're telling them, we're trying to get the best out of them. And I love that about our team, is that we're one and we're here to win this thing.
Hopkins and Stillwater play for the 4A championship at approximately 8 o'clock Saturday night at Williams Arena. In Class 3A, the tournament featured 2 great semifinals. Defending champion Cooper looked to get back to the title game as they faced Becker. Asia Wheeler scores at will early in this one. Driving layup here is part of her 25-point game. The Hawks will go inside to Mimi Wheeler. She goes to work, scoring 2 of her 21 points, and it's 12-7 Cooper. But Becker shoots the ball well. 3 by Courtney Nest here gives them the lead. Becker's up by 6 at the half. Second half, and Cooper gets the ball to Jada Relaford with a layup, and they're within 50-47. Becker leads most of the way. A breakaway layup by Julia Bankston gives the Bulldogs a 59-51 lead. But Cooper fights back hard. Late in the game, it's Asia Wheeler to Mimi Wheeler for 2. This game is tied at 66. After 2 Becker free throws, Cooper gets a last chance, but Mimi Wheeler's layup won't drop as Cooper falls 68-66. Hawks play for 3rd place against Holy Angels Saturday afternoon. In Class A, Heritage Christian Academy is back in the tournament for a 2nd straight season. The 4-seeded Eagles meet at 5th-seeded Ada-Borup in the quarterfinals. HCA starts fast. Haley Scott bearing a 3 for an 11-1 lead. Taylor Shuck catches and fires for Heritage. Another 3 here, and the Eagles' lead grows to 19-3. But the Cougars then go on a 17-2 run. Mariah McKeever slices through the defense and scores. And with time winding down on the first half, Scott lines up a half-court shot, swishes it through, beat the buzzer, and the Eagles lead at 37-29 at the break. Kirsten Robbins drives and scores for HCA. She nets 14 points in the second half. The Eagles win this one 67-59, the final, to advance to the semifinals. They face top seed Minneapolis in the semifinals this afternoon and lost 55-50. They'll play for 3rd place on Saturday.